Welcome back to the Sweetest Solvers. My name is Lisa, and this is my sweet mate Sinclair. We're running a series in which we discuss murder mysteries and conspiracies and try to get to the bottom of what really happened.
In this episode, we'll be cracking the case of the notorious Menendez Brothers, two brothers who ruthlessly murdered their parents, Jose and Mary Kitty Menendez, in 1989.
Jose Enrique Menendez, father of the brothers, was born May 4th in 1944 in Havana, Cuba. Moved to the States in his teens where he met the boy's mother, Mary Louise Kitty Anderson, while attending Southern Illinois University. They later married in '63, moved to New York, where Jose earned an accounting degree from Queens College. Shortly after, the oldest, Joseph Lyle Menendez, was born on January 10th, 1968, and Eric Gallon Menendez was born on November 27th, 1970.
The family originally lived in Princeton, New Jersey before moving to Calabasas, California in 1987 when Eric was in high school. The family later moved from Calabasas to Beverly Hills after the brothers were caught burglarizing houses in the neighborhood. By spring of 1989, Kitty's brother, Brian Anderson, told ABC News, Jose said he was disappointed in his sons and was thinking about having them removed from his will.
While sitting on the couch on the evening of August 20th, 1989, Lyle and Eric entered the den carrying shotguns, first shooting Jose in the back of the head with a Mossberg 12-gauge shotgun. Kitty, startled, tried to run, but was shot in the leg and eventually shot multiple times in the arms, chest, and face, leaving her unrecognizable. Both of them were shot in the kneecaps, trying to make the crime look a little more organized.
To put the cherry on top of the organized crime, Lyle called 911 yelling, "Someone killed my parents." Upon the police's arrival, they claimed it had happened while they were out watching Batman at the movie theater and attending a festival. The police convinced and did not order the brothers to undergo a gunshot residue test to prove that they even used a shotgun. However, things started to unravel months after the murder when the brothers started spending a great amount of money, adding to suspicions that they were involved.
Lyle purchased a Rolex, a Porsche, a porch, just a porch. Just a Rolex, a Porsche, lots of clothing, and a restaurant back in Princeton where he had been living at the time before the murders. Eric got a Jeep Wrangler, a $50,000 personal tennis coach, and a $40,000 investment in a rock concert that never happened, and then participated in several tournaments in Israel for tennis.
He was actually ranked among the 44th top U.S. 18 and under players.
Yeah, he was kind of the best in his high school team too.
Yeah.
But
they thought they had even more money coming to them because there was also a $5 million life insurance policy on their father, but technicality stopped them from collecting. Before the murders, Eric was caught in a string of burglaries and was required by the court to meet with a therapist named Dr. Jerome Oziel. The therapist reached out to Eric soon after the murders and began meeting with the younger Menendez brother. Eric confessed to killing his parents. Oziel confided in his mistress, Judeline Smith, who would ultimately play a big part in the case. The therapy sessions continued, and Oziel ultimately got both Eric and Lyle on the tape confessing to murders.
Eric said that he killed his mom to take her out of her own misery, but then later on during the trials they were saying that both of the parents emotionally and sexually abused them. So the part taking her out of her own misery, I can't tell if that was because he wasn't ready to share his story on abuse or if it's just lie after lie.
Yeah.
After they were convicted the first trial, they had separate trials.
Yeah.
Both of them ended in mistrial. Second trials, they both get sent for life, and they don't see each other for 22 years. They just recently got reconnected. They're in some detention center that focuses on education, rehabilitation, and promises not to
cause any ruckus, havoc.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a very emotional time. They like hugged and
they were just crying and hugging and all of that. But right now, the reason why there's so many conspiracies surrounding them is because of that one piece where they said that they killed their parents because of emotional and sexual abuse.
Yeah, and ABC News said that because today's teens grew up in the Me Too movement era, that it's easier to sympathize with them and like believe
they're
that
gonna be more willing to believe than to shoot somebody down because of it.
Yeah.
Which I think was an interesting part of it, because a lot of people on TikTok even are like standing up like, they didn't get a free trial, they didn't give a fair trial, they didn't get a fair trial, something like that, you know?
Yeah, and that's cool, but then it gets weird when people start making cute edits trying to like glorify.
People be fawning over the
especially
murderers.
Ted Bundy. He's not that cute. He's really not that cute.
Or Jeffrey Dahmer.
Exactly, just like
Terrifying.
I feel like they're just
and it's always to some bad song.
Right?
It's like Chris Brown.
Or that Playdate song by Melody Martinez.
Oh yeah, it's definitely, yeah. I want to find one now. This is Eric. But yeah, everybody fawns over Eric more than Lyle, I'm sorry.
I think he's a good looking man.
If I had to choose between the two of them, it'll be Eric.
Yeah.
Best be known. But I'm not writing love letters to them.
But they think like the darnest serial killers are cute. Like I remember, wasn't Charles Manson on like the list of cute killers? Like
there's a difference though, because he was a cult leader, and everybody falls in love with their cult leaders.
I guess.
It's just how it happens in a cult, you know?
Yeah.
You have a cult leader, you gotta fall in love with him or her. However it works. But they're both married now, and Lyle, the oldest one, the one that's not even a looker, got married twice.
Yeah, he cheated on.
How do you cheat on your wife in prison?
Actually, I don't know if it was in prison, but that's probably where the mistress thing. He probably was cheating on his. I don't know.
The thing is, when you're serving life without possibility of parole, you don't get conjugal visits. So every time they see their wives, they just hug and hold hands.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't really think conjugal visits should be allowed.
No?
No, because why are you going? Because if you do get pregnant, how are you gonna just take care of a baby and
No, but it's still. I mean, I don't know if conjugal visits should be allowed, but it's still something that makes me laugh that they both have these wives they never really. You know, you didn't meet outside of the world. You just met in prison.
Yeah.
Y'all are pen pals.
Yeah, it's kind of like meeting online.
Anyways,
okay.
Back to the conspiracies. If you ask like family friends of the Menendez brothers, they knew that the father was like somewhat like emotionally abusive, that he had high expectations of the boys and they just never were up to par. The thing is, none of the people surrounding them think that the parents were capable of sexual abuse. They didn't get any of those vibes from them. Mental and physical maybe, but so that's why I'm kind of like, oh, maybe it was abuse.
I think it's both, because the things that he said that his dad did were so random, like sticking thumbtacks in you.
Oh,
Who does that?
He said that there were like 4 types of acts that he would have to like do to his father, and one of them was like performing oral sex while he would like stick thumbtacks. And I should put a trigger warning, but sticking thumbtacks in his butt and his thighs, like that's.
Yeah, who lies about that? That's so random.
That is.
I wouldn't even think of
that.
that.
How do you come up with that?
I wouldn't. Okay.
But then again, this seems like very premeditated.
Yeah.
Because Eric Menendez, he was 18 at the time, right? He was 18 or was he 19? He was around a high school senior, college freshman age, and him and his best friend, who was also on the soccer team, his name was Craig. I don't remember his last name, but they wrote a screenplay together, which they had Kitty help type. And the first scene is literally like the son reading the will and smiling sadistically because his parents are dead, so he gets the life insurance money. And then like it shows him entering his parents' room, and like being like, oh, hello, and then like it's left to the interpretation, but he basically kills his parents. Then he goes and kills his ex-girlfriend with a rope, and then he kills like another set of friends. But then he goes, whoever the main character was, I think his name was Hamilton. Hamilton goes to his friend and is basically like, we're playing the game of life, and the thing that you need to understand is blah, 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 and he flips it all onto the friend. This was not a very well-written screenplay, I need to emphasize.
Yeah.
But he basically says, I'm gonna frame you for all of these murders I just did, and the friend was like, hey, whoa. So then everybody gangs up on Hamilton, shoots him, kills him, finds all the dead bodies in his basement, and then in court there's a tape saying like some random, let me pull up the quote actually. It says, your time has come to realize your failure as a player in the game of death. You must understand, Mike, that the price a player pays for failure in the game of life is death. It wasn't a very, I know he was trying to go for a plot twist.
What was he gaining out of this? This is 66. Who has time for this?
The thing that concerns me is that he wrote this with his friend Craig, right? Craig had to know that his parents were wealthy because they could afford so much. And Craig even said that a lot of the times when they would hang out, it would be like the middle of the night. They would just drive out to Malibu, go up on a hill, look at the water, and talk about life and how much smarter they are than everyone, and how everyone else is dumber than them, and how to commit the perfect crimes, and all of these things. Is like, did you not get any like red flags? And also, how is Craig doing today?
I don't care about that, man.
I think we should keep an eye out for Craig, because if one of them was thinking this was okay and then later killed somebody, Craig is probably gonna go do the same thing.
I think it's different because I actually do believe that the sexual abuse thing was the reason. I don't know about the put her out of their misery thing, but I do think, like, some people think it's just because of the money. I don't really, I think that just came with it. Like, okay, there's money for us, obviously we're gonna take it.
The way that they spent it so fast though.
Yeah, they're dumb for that. I don't even know.
That was dumb. I think they're genuinely just dumb.
Yeah.
Yet again.
They spent it on stupid things. Like, thinking I'm a really cheap person. Like, I don't care how much money I have. I want someone else to pay for me.
I mean, I wouldn't spend all my money on like a coach and then going out to Israel for tournaments or something. That sounds like fun, but I probably would have bought a house first if I was spending big money. If I was spending little money, probably just clothes and food. That's it. That's what you really need.
Yeah, I'd really just do clothes and.
But yeah, so with all of this like attention brought back on the Menendez brothers, maybe we should put more. Maybe we should reevaluate the whole situation and look at it from, was there an abuse?
I think it wouldn't really matter. I don't think they should have killed their parents. I think they should have just probably cut them off.
They probably should have. I mean, they were adults at that point.
Yeah.
They could have like moved out or something.
Yeah,
but maybe it was a toxic household and they could have moved out and we don't know anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's OD.
So.
And the way they did it was really like graphic.
I think the problem was Lyle had way too much fun.
Yeah, he's the one who shot them. He called the 911 acting all delirious and.
Someone killed my parents. Pardon me? Someone killed my.
Yeah, all Eric did was like confess, and poor Eric probably just felt the mental toll of it. I think Lyle was too gone. Lyle's evil. Actually, they're both kind of evilish. I can't tell.
I don't know.
I really can't tell because I was watching the court trials and they were just so dead-faced.
That's how a lot of people are. I think like when you know that your life is gonna be done, you're just like, it is what it is, man.
It's kind of hard because no matter what, people are gonna be like, oh, he was smiling, or oh, he wasn't smiling, or oh, he was breathing too hard.
He's just acting like you don't care. Like, what are you supposed to do?
He acted like he cares too much.
Frolic through the courtroom?
Yeah. How the hell are you supposed to sit in a courtroom? I can't do that. So what do you think was the motive?
Sexual abuse.
I think it was money.
I think that was just.
I think it was money.
That just came with it. That was second prize. Two birds with one stone.
I think it was money, and then there was like, hey, there was also this though, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But that's one mystery solved. Come join us next time when we solve our next crime.